Nikola Jokic is going to get MVP. I called it! Just as a heads up, that might be the best basketball prediction I ever have. We'll find out. Hopefully not. Hopefully I can keep it up. No promises. I'll do my best. So in today's video, I thought we'd just recap my preseason predictions of the NBA season. Congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks and their championship run. That was an amazing final series. I really enjoyed watching the games against the Suns. I watched games 4, 5, and 6, which seemed to be like almost objectively the best 3 games of the series. It was incredible. Even though the Bucks won all those 3 games, Suns played really well too. So, great basketball. If you didn't watch, you missed out. Just saying. Good basketball for the win. And to thank Kevin Durant's toe. Kevin Durant, you have too big of a toe. Get surgery. I don't know. No, not really. But, man, I saw Kevin Durant's shot, and I didn't have context for it, so I thought it was the game winner. And I was like, oh! And then I learned later, like the next morning, that the Bucks won the game because it was a 2. RIP all Nets fans. Anyways, okay, so let's get right into it. Speaking of the Nets, one of the predictions I got right, alongside of the Nikola Jokic getting MVP, woo-woo, is that the Nets would get the 2nd seed.
Nets get the 2 seed.
And that was actually pretty good because I called exactly what seed. So, Nets get the 2nd seed. Although, I must admit, they got the 2nd seed for a different reason. I really thought that James Harden would go 76ers and they would just pull it off. But then they got James Harden. So, who knows? It's okay. I'll take it. Then we have the 76ers, who did end up getting top 4, which I said they would probably get top 4. Admittingly, I didn't think they'd get first. That's why I said top 4. But they got first, beat the odds, and then yet again, disappointed in the playoffs. Can we get a round of applause for the process? Woo! No. No, we can't. Sorry. Okay. I want to take some credit.
Derrick Rose, 6th man of the year? Come on, please.
I said, Derrick Rose, please get 6th man of the year. And he was a 6th man of the year candidate. I don't know where he got in that. I know he was at least top 3 because you have to be top 3 to get in the voting at the end. But it was really close. He did so well this season. And to think that, as I'll talk about later, I made an awful pick because I thought Derrick Rose would be with that team. But then he ended up doing so well, so I can kind of credit him for making me mess up on that prediction. But he helped me for this one. And honestly, I don't care because he's the best player of all time, objectively. GOAT level. Not even GOAT level. He is the GOAT level. He is the GOAT level. No question. Okay, we might as well address it right now. I messed up big time in my predictions about some of the East teams. I thought I actually did a pretty good job for the most part. But one of my predictions for the East, this was the only one I think I really missed on. Where I put the Bulls and Pistons.
Bulls 7th, Pistons 8th. Got him.
So I ultimately ended up saying Bulls get 7th seed and Pistons get 8th seed. If you take a look at this here diagram, you'll notice that wasn't the case. And you know what's sad about that? Daniel, tell me what's sad about that. The sad thing about that is the Pistons might end up getting the 8th seed this year because they tanked well enough to get the 1st pick. They stole it from the Rockets. But they actually might get the 8th seed this year. I was kind of joking, but I was like, we'll try it because they had Derrick Rose. Then Derrick Rose got traded to the Knicks, helped them get to the 4th seed in the East. Can we talk about that? Let's not, because I don't want this video to take too long. But yeah, it's like, it might happen this year, but I called it too early. Also, even in the East, there's so many teams that have, like, good players. Like, all the teams in the basketball team are just be getting at least somewhat good, unless you're, like, a Cavaliers or Kings fan or something like that. Like, okay. I mean, I can't talk much. I have the Rockets, and the Pelicans have good players and haven't done squat, so, yeah. Let's stick positive. Bulls. Yeah, wait, that's not positive. Yeah, they did not get 7th seed. They didn't make the play-in tournament, and I don't know if they'll get better this year. I mean, I think they'll get better with Nikola Vucevic. I just don't know if they'll get better, like, seeding-wise. Like, I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. I'd like to think they'll make the play-in. But this isn't the predictions video. This is the recap. Moving into the Western Conference, back with Nikola Jokic's Nuggets. Rip Jamal Murray, man.
I do think actually overall that the Nuggets might be a slightly worse team than last year, but I have them probably top 4 still. I think I had them at 3rd.
I predicted they'd get 3rd, and they got 3rd in the West. That was pretty epic. So, shout out to them. Then they got swept by the Suns. Oh, that was disappointing. I want the Nuggets to win a lot of games and a lot of playoffs because I think Jokic is one of the most fun players in the NBA. So, Jokic, I know you're watching this right now because I know you're subscribed and have turned on post notifications and already like this video like everyone else watching did. So, I know you're watching. Lead your team to a finals win. Let's go. Come on. But the West is stacked. So, we'll see. I think I said Mavs get 4th, and they ended up getting the 5th seed. So, that was pretty good, I'd like to think. Now, I'm not going to lie. I really believed in I almost said Porzingis. I really believed in Kristaps Porzingis. I think he's a beast at 2K, which is honestly, I probably rate too many players based off how I play with him in 2K. But he's a beast in 2K, not so in real life. I feel like he should be, and he's just not. I saw a meme where it was like, Luka and Kristaps is like Kobe and Shaq, except Luka is both Kobe and Shaq. So, that was funny. They got 5th, pretty close to 4th. I'll take it. Then the Pelicans, who I'm wearing their shirt right now. Second favorite team.
The more I think about it, I might as well say this now. While the Pelicans are actually like somewhat decent, have a lot of good players, and the Rockets don't yet. I think the Rockets are actually my second favorite team. I've been saying Pelicans are, but the more I think about it, like if the Rockets won a finals, I'd be more excited than if the Pelicans did. But the Pelicans are still 3rd. I just want to say this for the record, because, yeah, a long time ago I picked some teams that were like, I'm going to cheer for these teams and be that weird guy because they're not my hometown. And I'll still cheer for them, but, like, I love my hometown. Houston for the win. So, yeah. Hope you all enjoy. Smash that like button, subscribe. Let's do this.
They disappointed me. I really thought they'd do better. They have good players. They got Zion and Ingram and Lonzo. So many rumors with Lonzo this offseason. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even know if I want him. So many rumors of him going to the Bulls. Like, I don't know if I want him on the Pelicans. I don't know if I want him on the Bulls. I feel like he's good, but I just don't know how good. And I want the Bulls to have the best option possible. So I'm kind of like, maybe the Pelicans can take whatever the second best option is, you know? So if Lonzo's going to be the first, yeah, sure, send him to Chicago. I don't know. I don't know, guys. No one knows. Lonzo knows, maybe. God knows. Lord, please let the Bulls win a finals next year. No, it's okay. So I was kind of off on that. But one that I feel like I should get a little bit of credit for was my Blazers and Jazz won't win any playoff series. Now, before you're like, Daniel, the Jazz did win a playoff series. I know. Like, I know what happened in the playoffs, okay? Hear me out. I feel like that no one talks about the fact that the Blazers and Jazz seem to be, like, for the past, I don't know, 5 years, really awful in the playoffs. I know the Blazers had that run one year, but literally, I can show you a year where they got swept by my Pelicans, who are notoriously trash. So Blazers fans, don't get a big head over that run, okay? You got swept by a team whose mascot is a flying bird from Nemo. Actually, I don't know if that might be a seagull. I think it's black. Who cares? Whatever. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways, the Jazz won, but against the Grizzlies, like, do the Grizzlies even, they count as a playoff team, but like not, I mean, if they weren't the play-in, they wouldn't have been a playoff team. I don't know. I was like, okay, sure, the Jazz beat the Grizzlies. Big deal. Of course you'll beat the Grizzlies. Like, you should have swept them. I don't know. The Jazz, I feel like they disappointed, which kind of fulfills my criteria. Not exactly, but I feel like I'm not like that. I don't think I was that wrong on that take. So, Let's go on to the next one. And this one might be the worst one yet. Well, actually, the Pistons one was pretty bad. But I feel like, again, Valde, Derrick Rose leaving, going to the Knicks, yada, yada, yada. I said the Rockets might make the playoffs without the play-in tournament. Like, they'd get the 8th or 7th seed. And I was, at that point, pretty sure James Harden get traded. But I was like, we'll get good return for him. Also, I didn't want Ben Simmons. I know I said that they probably would get Ben Simmons, but I'd just like to say for the record that I don't really like Ben Simmons' like playing that much. I know he's good, but I feel like I wouldn't want to build a team around him and think that's going to win a championship. And maybe I'll get proven wrong one day. Who knows? But I'm okay with them not getting Ben Simmons. And I thought that before the whole playoff catastrophe with him. Anyways, I said that the Rockets might make the playoffs. Woo! Woo! And you know, one of my socks that I'm wearing, they're donut socks. The Rockets laid a donut last year with how many games they won. Not really. They won like 17. But that's a league low for last year, as seen by this graph, or this chart, whatever this thing's called. So, way to disappoint. But I will take my Nikola Jokic MVP prediction and run with that and say that I feel like I'm off to a good start with these NBA prediction videos. I mean, obviously, I was trying to be really bold, and a decent amount of them I feel like paid off, so that was cool. I will probably make another bold predictions video sometime before this NBA season starts. Shout out to all the teams who drafted well. I feel like the Rockets did fine. I honestly I don't think the Bulls had an early draft pick. The Pelicans got a pretty good player, I think like Zaire Williamson, something like that. I think the Pelicans got a decent player from what I remember. So, yeah, I'm fine with the draft. Again, shout out to Milwaukee Bucks and their fans after a 50-year drought. That was cool to watch. I was kind of cheering for both teams, just like I want to watch great basketball. And 4, 5, and 6, that was epic. Also, if you like this setup, let me know if you prefer it to the blank wall. I prefer it. So, I'm going to be honest, unless like 10 of you say, let's go back to the blank wall, I'm probably going to do this again. So, I love y'all. Okay, subscribe if you haven't already. We're really close to 100 as of the beginning of this video. It means a lot to me if we make 100. I will make a 100 subscriber video special. So, get there. Let's do it quickly. Ka-chow.